who's the intended audience for this book? I think you hinted at that.
Well, clinicians could use it, and if some clinicians have discussed with us how they're using it. Some give it to their patients because they feel their patients could use it, and then they discuss it. Some
Yeah.
people who run groups just open it up to a page to spark discussion in the group,
Uh-huh.
especially
That's clever.
groups of trauma survivors. So it's for clinicians, it's for patients, it's for anybody who's had trauma who may want to go through the book and then perhaps seek therapy. And it's also for the family and friends of trauma sufferers
Uh-huh.
to help them understand what they have gone through.
Yeah. Do you have a sense of the age range that
Yeah, it has to be an
that you have
adult.
in mind?
Yeah, and it has to be
Adults.
21 and up. Yeah, or maybe even
21.
college
Yeah.
and up.
Yeah. Okay. And have you received any, I guess you've gotten feedback from therapists,
Yeah,
and you've told us some of what you've learned about how they're using it. Have you had any feedback from actual patients?
I haven't. No, not yet. I think Terry may have given it to. We do know of people who are giving it to their patients, like people write to us and say they're buying some copies for their patients, but we never got feedback from them as to how that went. Maybe
Yeah.
we should write to them. That would be a good idea.
Yeah. And I've already, when we began, given you a little bit of my own feedback,
Mhm.
which is I'm reading challenged, unfortunately, which makes it hard because almost everybody I interview is an author, and I'm not really able to read. It's rare that I could read a whole book, uh,
Mm.
and so I was actually able to read this whole book because it's written in a simple way. The language is simple, although the language wouldn't have been a challenge, uh,
Mhm.
but but it's inviting, and so to me it was great to be able to read the whole thing and not have to kind of fake it by spot reading as I usually do. I do a good job of it, I think, but
Well,
I'm overcoming my limitations.
I think it's very playful, and I think it does invite the
Yeah.
reader for that reason. Also, just to add to what you said, I've read that that if you read something with only text, in 3 days, you're going to remember 10% of it. If you read things with text and relevant images, you're going to remember 65% of it in 3 days. So
Yeah.
this is a wonderful medium for helping somebody retain what they're reading.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. And particularly when you think about it, uh, what you're writing about is trauma, and in this case, sexual trauma. We'll say more about that. Um, there would be some inner resistance, maybe, to remembering things. Just like there would be in the therapy itself.
Right.
It might be a little bit threatening to remember with total clarity or very long.
Yeah.
Uh, so, we've kind of hinted at what it's about. Take us through the book's storyline, if you will. Give us a
Well,
sense of
um,
that.
yeah. The heroine is a woman named Tony, and she has a best friend, Lulu. And the book starts with the book is full of dreams, which is one of my deep interests. So it starts with a dream where, well, I'm a little ambivalent because shall I just give away the whole story? I mean, or what?
No, no, don't give away the whole story. So
Okay, I can just say
tell us
that
some more, but but not too much.
I'll be judicious. Okay. it opens with a dream which is a magical kind of dream where she gets transformed into a blowfish, hence the title, and her
Yeah.
brother gets transformed into an eel. And then she smashes him to bits. She wakes up very anxious. So it's the story of her overcoming a one-time event of sibling incest.